I have a prepaid call from
Daniel Holtzclaw.
an inmate at correctional facility.
Daniel Holtzclaw claims he was railroaded. The former Oklahoma City police officer has insisted he did not commit the sexual assaults he's convicted of.
Well, now a secretive closed hearing on Holtzclaw's appeal is raising questions about the case and has Holtzclaw concerned enough to speak out from prison. He spoke on the phone exclusively with our Lisa Monahan.
We wanted to hear firsthand from Daniel Holtzclaw what his attorneys and others are trying to argue in his appeal, their belief that the DNA evidence that was key in convicting him was flawed.
I was flabbergasted.
Daniel Holtzclaw remembers his reaction when he heard investigators had DNA evidence supporting the allegations against him.
I thought that, they were setting me up. I thought something was tampering of evidence. I was like, are you serious? I didn't do anything sexual in nature with any of these women, so where is this evidence coming from?
The DNA sample linked to the youngest of 13 accusers was relatively small. In his appeal, Holtzclaw contends a secondary transfer rather than direct sexual contact is the explanation for these findings.
So it was unfair. I didn't receive a fair trial.
More recently, a group of forensic scientists with no connection to the case requested the appellate court hear their concerns about possible misuse of DNA evidence in Holtzclaw's trial. The scientists claimed OCPD's forensic analyst reached a flawed conclusion that sexual contact explained the DNA found. That analyst, after nearly 30 years with the department, retired 3 days after Holtzclaw filed his appeal. The appeals court refused to hear from those scientists last month. Around the same time, the case was sent back to district court for an undisclosed reason.
There were some very underhanded things that were done regarding DNA.
Brian Bates was a part of Holtzclaw's defense team at trial and remains his advocate.
The rumor is that these secret hearings have to do with DNA. Something about the DNA, we don't know.
During the 2-day closed hearing, courthouse surveillance cameras captured the witnesses called, including an OCPD forensic lab supervisor. A court order prevents any of the involved parties from talking to us, but Holtzclaw believes this is further evidence of a conspiracy against him.
It's not innocent until proven guilty. You got to prove yourself innocent and then find your feet and fight for your freedom.
Daniel Holtzclaw was convicted of 18 sex crimes against 8 women. He was sentenced to 263 years.